Alrighty, welcome to today's episode of Tristan Take Video, and more importantly, welcome to the Andorra Mountain Bike World Cup with Team BMC. Alrighty, welcome to today's episode of Tristan Take Video. As I said in that intro, I'm up in Andorra this weekend for the Mountain Bike World Cup happening here, and I'm with Team BMC. Now, Team BMC is the mountain bike team sponsored by BMC. Obviously, you guys know my link with BMC, and they very kindly invited me up here this weekend to document the riders and behind the scenes with the team to show you guys what goes on at a Mountain Bike World Cup weekend. Now, it's currently Sunday morning, and I'm out and I'm freezing at 7 degrees and it's raining, but the women's race is about to kick off and the men's race kicks off later this afternoon. Yesterday was Saturday. I drove up really early from Girona, got up to Andorra during the day and actually hung out with the team and sort of documented a bit of behind the scenes, chatting with the riders and mechanics, seeing what they're up to in preparation for a World Cup round. It's quite exciting. I've never hung out with a mountain bike team for a World Cup round like this. But what's interesting is I did actually get my start in cycling, more in mountain biking. So when I was a teenager and I got into photography, I started shooting my mates riding mountain bikes because I was riding mountain bikes back then. That was long before I rode road bikes. And my first ever photos published in magazines were actually mountain bike photos. So to be with a mountain bike team behind the scene for a World Cup is pretty cool for me, I guess. So yesterday, as I said, I drove up early from Girona. I hung out with the team and then I watched the riders go and do their practice on the track yesterday. The team's actually been up here since Tuesday. So they've been up here for a number of days now, kind of getting ready, prepping the bikes, looking at the course. They go and scout the course, checking out all the lines and things like that, seeing what the course is going to be like. And then I went and had a chat with a couple of the riders. First off, French champion Titouan Carod. All right, so I'm here with Titouan Carod. It's Saturday afternoon. You've just gone out and done your sort of recon of the track. What do you think of the course in terms of difficulty or?
Yeah, here it's a really hard track because of the altitude and also because there was maybe two really steep climb, and the downhill are also quite technical, so we can't recover a lot on the downhill. So it's a really hard track, but I like it. It's really nice. It's all natural. So I like this track. And we'll see tomorrow.
So it's quite full on, like always on the pedals?
Exactly. Yeah, except the first downhill is quite long, but after that there is three smallest climb with maybe 30 seconds full out, and after that no time for recovery. So it's hard.
So adding in the combination of the altitude, because we're at about 1900 meters.
Yeah.
Between the track is varying between about 1900 and 2100 meters. So at altitude, you're doing these efforts, and then you can't ease off because there's the upper body on the downhill.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're going to go and recover now and just
exactly.
put your
Some
legs
massage
up.
and something like this.
Do you have a pre-race, like a favorite pre-race meal?
Not a favorite, but a pre-race meal. Yeah, just rice. But 3.5 hours before the race.
3.5 hours. So you're racing tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, we will eat around midday. Breakfast in the morning for sure.
Yep.
One small ride, maybe 30 minutes on the road, easy. And after that, midday pre-race meal. For me, just rice, white rice, and after that.
Just white rice?
Yeah, with some oils and salt.
Okay, no tuna, no meat or anything?
No, for me, no. Some guys took some chicken or some eggs, but me, I prefer to stay with just rice, and like this is okay for me.
I'm going to start trying this.
Yeah, you can,
just
you can.
rice. Perfect. All right, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
So the team is obviously riding BMC. They're on BMC 4-strokes, these super beautiful bikes. It makes me want to get a mountain bike so badly. All the bikes were being prepped yesterday by the mechanics. It's actually amazing how much work goes into mountain bike preparation, because unlike a road bike where you've obviously just got the frame and the wheels and the tires, with a mountain bike there's suspension, and also tire pressure choice is super, super important. So it's interesting watching how much time the team were putting into getting the right tires on. They've got a whole number of tire choices there. I actually went and had a chat with Ruphy, who is one of the mechanics for the team, and he gave me a good insight to how they were prepping the bikes for this race. Alrighty, so I'm here with Ruphy, who is one of the mechanics with Team BMC. you've been working all day. You've actually been working all week. You've been out here since Tuesday, basically working on the bikes, getting them prepped. How do you set up bikes for a course like this, or what changes between courses over the course of a season? Or
Yeah, well, in terms of changes during the normal week of World Cup, there's not that many changes. We try to do all the setup earlier in the year on training camps and at the start of the season. That's where we do all the setup, especially like for suspensions and tires and things like that. Everyone has preferences, different way of riding, so they've got different setup, different weight, and all of that. Everyone has different setup pretty much. And so after, when we turned up on World Cup races, it's, let's say, small changes, like the pressure in the tire, if there is rain, mud, if it's dry, if it's fast track, something like that. So that's all the changes we will make. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
I noticed you've got basically two different sets of tires. You've got like a muddy, like harder, grippier tire, and then a more slick tire.
Yeah, well, we even have three. Well, there's some light one as well. There's some more strong one tires. It depends of the conditions. We've got the RC when it's rolling, dry, fast, but it's also quite a good tire as well that has good grip. So the riders, they use it most of the time.
And you mentioned to me they're all using like 2.4 inch tires now.
Yeah.
Even for cross country, it's all 2.4.
Yeah, everyone's on 2.4 now.
Interesting.
After it will be, the only changes will be on if it's very muddy, we've got a S tire. Yep. Which we will go lower, so 2.2 if it's really muddy. But,
yep. And for this specific track, for the Vallnord cross country track, is the bike pretty standard setup? Have you found, because it's quite a fast rideable track, everything's been standard? You haven't had to go, we'll go lower in the front shock or anything like this?
No, it's quite standard. After, it's quite of a rocky trail, let's say. So for sure we don't go with the lighter tires. Well, yeah, we go with the tire that we mainly use all year long. But yeah, especially when it's rocky like that, we make sure we have the right one, because you can easily get a flat tire when there's a lot of rocks and sharp rocks like here. And
then aside from setup, what are the other main things you're working on? I guess you're just constantly cleaning the bikes, hey?
Yeah, no, it's basic service. Like they go on training, they tell us if there is anything, but it's mainly cleaning and changing the bearing during the season when it's needed, servicing the forks when it's needed and things like that.
And hoping it's not too muddy outside, so
yes,
hoping it's not too rainy.
It can be more technical, and our riders, they quite like it. So.
But for you, in terms of your job, if it's like a really muddy race, do you have a lot more work to do?
Yeah, we have to prepare more tires, and we never know. The worst, it's like if you wake up in the morning and you know it's going to be rain the whole day, that's fine, because we know it's going to be that tire. But if it's changing, like actually today, it's sometimes raining, sometimes sunny, so until the start you don't know which tire or on which condition you're going to ride on. So.
Interesting. Yeah, because I think tonight it's going to rain a lot, and then in the morning it might dry out a bit by the men's race in the afternoon.
Yes, yeah, it's really unsure. We're definitely ready for it, but you have to make the last call, last even an hour before the start, pretty much.
1 hour.
Yeah, at least they go for a warm up, and it's already good to have the right setup for that hour before, but it can be later, but we prefer that an hour before the start.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Yeah,
cheers,
no worries,
good luck for tomorrow, hopefully it all goes smooth, and if not, you're the blame.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Cheers, man, thanks. So after I chatted with Max, as I said, I had watched the team go and do their sort of a prep ride, and they came back and they give feedback on all the bikes and things like that. And then the next person I spoke to was Steffi Haberlin. She is the female elite rider. She's about to start racing now. I had a chat with her yesterday. This is what she had to say. Alrighty, so I'm here with Steffi Haberlin. She's just gone out and done a course recon. You did a couple of laps, and I was watching you on the course there. You were sort of stopping, reconning, having a look, doing the sections a couple of times. Do you think that the most technical part of the track is that small downhill, rocky downhill bit that's up the top there, or?
Yeah, it's for sure one part which is technical, and then there's another one on the second half of the lap which you should have a closer look at. Yeah, there are like two parts where you can make mistakes.
Yeah, or maybe make the difference and get the gap.
Yeah, hopefully.
So do you enjoy the course? I mean, as far as World Cup rounds go, you've obviously done a lot of them, and what do you think of this course?
Honestly, I came here with not so good feelings. I was not motivated, but last year I left and was really frustrated, so I kind of was afraid. And then on Tuesday we had a first track training, and it went super smooth. I was really surprised and happy, and today it was also good, so I guess it will be better tomorrow than last year.
Yeah, so you're feeling better already?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. We've just moved inside because it's a bit rainy outside, which leads me into my next question. For you, do you prefer a dry track or a rainy track? Are you a certain kind of rider?
For me, it doesn't matter. I don't care when it's raining. Sometimes it's even really fun because when you're wet and dirty ones, then it doesn't matter anymore, and then you're just full sand and then.
Yeah, it's that feeling when you're like covered in mud, you just let off the race and just kind of have fun.
Exactly.
It'd be interesting to see because it's really starting to pick up the rain now. Like the rain's getting heavier. So do you think that will affect the track a bit? Obviously it will, but like.
For sure. Surprisingly, I mean, yesterday it was raining as well.
Yeah.
And today the track was really dry. So we had even the bike was covered with dust. And I think it's good that it rains right now because then the track is not that dusty anymore. But yeah, I can't say whether it will be dry or wet tomorrow. We will see.
And again, just going back to that recon, is there a part of the course that you like the most?
Usually uphill suits me well, but here the uphills are super steep, so it's just about surviving and getting on top, I guess.
Yeah, and also with the altitude as well, the steepness and the altitude.
That's another topic, yeah. But what I like about World Cup racing is that every course has its own characteristic. And I think on every course you find something which suits you and which suits you not that much. And in the end, for everybody it's the same and you need to make the best out of it, you know. And it's interesting to see how others perform or how you self-perform on different kind of tracks.
Hopefully for you can go better than last year and have a good race. It leaves you with a good memory of Andorra.
Exactly, that's the goal, because next year there will be world champs here.
So you need this practice this weekend, maybe.
So it would be good to leave with a good feeling, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Cool. All right, thank you so much. Cheers.
You're welcome.
And now all of that brings us up to where we are right now. It's Sunday and it's about 10 to 1 in the afternoon. The women's racing kicks off in about 10 minutes. It's freezing cold. It is raining, although it's eased off a little bit. The track doesn't sound like it's too muddy, but it does sound like it's quite slippery. So there's been a bit of preparation going on and hecticness this morning to get the bikes right and also the tyre pressures right. So I'm about to walk off to the start, watch the women's start. I'll catch up with you guys very, very shortly.
Starting to look like the rider we saw last season. Constant and precise, like a Swiss watch. 2 minutes, ladies, 2 minutes. Alessandra Keller, Peterson.
Alrighty.
Steffi Haberlin.
Alrighty, so women's race out the way. Pretty muddy out there, not super muddy, but muddy enough to the point where it was obviously very slippery. A lot of girls putting down 1 foot or dabbing, you know, just trying to stay upright. As I said yesterday in that interview with Titouan, we're like up at altitude as well, so the really punchy uphills are taking a lot out of the riders. Steffi came in at 22nd position. Really good fun to watch, pretty intense. Good fun for me to be back at a World Cup. I'm about to go and check in with the team, see how they're going. The guys are warming up. The guys' race starts in about 60 minutes.
This year, riding for Team BMC, de la France, Jordan Sarrou.
got like 2.5 laps to go, full gas. Jordan Sarrou, who's like right up the front, he's either second or third, battling with a couple of guys. We've got Titouan a bit behind, maybe 10th or 12th, with Pidcock, so obviously the world champion. And we've also got Juri Zanotti, who is a bit further behind, maybe 15th or 16th. We'll see if we can hang on. The team's definitely on for potential teams classification. Running up the hill here to see them at the Rock Garden. Alrighty, down to the last lap now. I'm just going to go to the press area where the photographers are, go and see if I can find a spot. Watch the finish, it should be pretty exciting. The boys are going super well.
Tom Pidcock c'ha darrere, Sarrou che lo sa, Rennes, è incredibile questa delta. John there coming into the pole track, Sarrou is not giving him 1 inch, and ladies and gentlemen, he's going to do it, Mathias Fluckiger!
National champion. Alors ce sera une 7e place pour le champion de France. Le voilà, Titouan Carod, 7e. Super Juri Zanotti, Gunnar Holgrim over the line. A good racing part of the Canadian
Whoa, alrighty. That was pretty intense. So on the last lap there, I checked in, Jordan was in third and he was holding on so well, and Pidcock just did a classic Pidcock and had so much strength on the last lap. He came back to Jordan and literally overtook him in the last few hundred meters. So in the end, Tom was third, Jordan was fourth, still a really, really good result for Jordan. And then we had Titouan a bit further back, and then we had Juri in 19th, which was actually an amazing result for him. That's a huge result. So yeah, really good day for the team. We didn't win the team's class, but really good results for all the riders. I think they're pretty happy. But got on the podium there, just watched the podium celebration. Good fun. It's been kind of raining on and off. I'm gonna go back to the tent, see what I can see from the riders. Might do a little outro down there. What a weekend. Whew, I'm exhausted. Yeah, Juri. All right, Juri, tell me about your day on the bike. A big race, big result. Stoked? Are you happy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, damn, it was savage.
Yeah.
Today, we spent all the week with the sunny here in Andorra, and then Saturday and Sunday the rain comes a bit hard and harder. In the end, was crazy. I mean,
yeah, that rain.
Yeah, it was super slippery there. In the end, was super slippery, and some part of the course was really like tricky. So I had a lot of fun. Really, I enjoyed every single lap. So it's
sick.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, that's the main thing. If you've enjoyed it, what was the hardest part for you in the end with the slipperiness? Was it like technical routes and things, or the climbs?
Yeah, especially in the end of the track, there's one section with a big rock, and with the dry condition, we tried to avoid the rock, but with the wet, we couldn't went over the rock. So in the end, that was the technical and the sketchy part of the course.
Yeah. So had you reconned it to go over the rock, and then in the race you're like, well, we can't, so you got to change your line?
We tried every trade-off scenario.
Okay.
So with Titouan and Jordan, we think about the weekend. We expect the rain, and we tried some different lines, and in the end, so from the beginning, I knew where I have to go, so more easy.
And it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. I just hit one time the derailleur, but in the end, it was
you
good.
hit the derailleur?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But didn't snap it, or the
No.
frame?
No, the new XC1, it's super solid, so you can smash rocks.
Yeah, you can smash rocks and smash, well, hopefully not smash the frame. And then coming across the line, you were pretty happy to come in 19. It's a really good result.
I could say solid, quite happy. It's my best result so far this season. It's the beginning of the last part of the season, so we still have 3 more World Cups and beginning this second part of the season with 19, it's solid. I have to work a lot to reach the first 10 position, but yeah, we will see what the end of the season will bring.
Good things to come.
Yeah.
It shows you're on good form, so
Yeah.
keep it going, man. Well done.
We straight up.
Yeah, perfect. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks. Alrighty, and now that brings us up to the end of this big weekend with Team BMC here at Vallnord Bike Park. What a World Cup, what a day, what a weekend. I'm exhausted, I really am. I've been running around like a headless chook the last few hours with both the women's race and then the men's race, all the rain, the cold, everything. It's been a bit intense, and one of the other things I have been doing today is I've done a BMC takeover on Instagram. So I was actually posting photos, trying to post photos and videos throughout the day, but there's no internet up here. So I've been trying to jump onto Wi-Fi in between the racing, upload some photos. That's kept me nice and busy. Good fun. A massive thank you to Team BMC for bringing me along on this weekend. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, make sure to give the video a like. If you enjoyed the style of this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys all in the next episode. Tristan Take video very, very soon. All right, adeu.